Team 7, number 4, written by Justin Jordan, art by Jesus Marino. This is, of course, the Black Diamond probability. And last issue, we had Deathstroke touching the Black Diamond and turning into Eclipso. That's it. That's all that happened. So the Team 7 is standing around looking at Eclipso, and he's like, 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. And he immediately turns on the other basilisk guy who was there and was just like, oh, man, I ought to kill you. And he snaps his neck. I'm still not entirely sure why. But then we see Team 7, particularly Dr. Fairchild, shoots the Black Diamond out of Eclipso's hand. And he's like, oh, hey, man, I still have all the memories of Deathstroke. So I know you. And I know everything about you guys. So Waller steps up saying, like, all right, stand down, or we will shoot you. And it's just like, funny. I know that you're a bit of a gambling woman, Waller. Either you think that those bullets are going to hurt me, or you think that you are just going to shoot me to slow me down. Let's find out. And they all start opening fire on him. It does nothing. Until Essence steps back in and starts throwing weird mystic black goop at him, which seemingly does do something. And she tells them all to run, and they're like, yeah, sounds good to me. So they start running away from Eclipso, except for Grifter, Cole Cash, who just stays there, and he's like, hey, you guys get out of there. I have a plan. But he doesn't. Like, he just flat out doesn't. So Essence tells Waller, like, hey, remember those sentinels that were, like, going to kill you? Don't worry, they won't bother you if you're running away. They're just here to stop the Black Diamond. I felt the need to explain that for anyone who would have asked. So eventually Eclipso catches up to Essence and just be like, hey, I smell something powerful inside of you. And he reaches inside of Essence and pulls out a big black sword, which, okay, I don't remember that being a thing, but maybe it was. And then Cole shoots him in the head, which of course does nothing. And he then takes the sword and just be like, Cole Cash, you have some secrets about you, things that even you don't understand or know about. And he's like, yeah, probably. Anyway, I'm just here to do my plan. And turns out that he remembers where all of the bombs were planted, all the explosives for their earlier plan. And so he lures Eclipso over top of it. And he's like, yep, got it. And then he goes and he picks up the Black Diamond without touching it, seemingly, and manages to steal it away from Eclipso. Eclipso's like, oh, actually, I do need that. That's important. Come back here, young man. So he makes his way past the Sentinels, who then hold back Eclipso long enough for him to catch up with the rest of Team 7, along with, I literally just said her name, and I cannot remember it. Essence. Dear Lord, she is so nothing of a character. So anyway, she steps in and she's like, hey, Cole, see, you stole that Black Diamond. That can be used as his prison, and we can theoretically use it to get Slade Wilson back. And they're like, okay, but how do we hurt him? He's literally immune to bullets. And Essence pulls out another sword. I don't know how many swords she has, but apparently it's at least 2. And she's like, you can use this. It will actually hurt him. Also, I have made a containment unit for the Black Diamond. It will not be safe on this island anymore, so therefore you must take it and hide it to make sure nobody ever lays hands on it again. Got it? And they're like, we don't really trust you, Essence. And Black Canary, Dinah Drake steps up and is just like, nah, I really don't trust you because you would have let those people die just to save, just to stop people from getting to the Black Diamond, correct? And she's like, yes, absolutely. You're literally talking about the fate of the world here. Yes, I would let some people die. And Dinah's like, unacceptable. But Waller gets it and he's like, all right, whatever. So we just got to stab Slade. And they're like, yeah, but won't that kill him? I mean, he's pretty strong. He could probably survive a stab. So at that point, Eclipso has managed to make their way to him. He still has his big black sword. And they start unloading fire upon him as we see Fairchild running away in like the opposite direction. And it's like, you people just don't get it, do you? The bullets ain't going to do anything. But it turns out that Fairchild was just circling around. He manages to get behind Eclipso, stabs him in the back, through the stomach, and he collapses. And then the essence of Eclipso comes out of Slade, and it's just like looking over the whole Team 7. It's just like, I pick Cole Cash, because he has powers that even he doesn't know about yet. And as he's going to possess Cole, Cole holds up the Black Diamond. He falls into it and is re-imprisoned again. So they put it inside the containment unit, and they go over to Slade, and he's still alive, just barely, but they need to get out of here. And yeah, that's basically it. Like, they do that. So then we get the epilogue where they're back at Team 7 headquarters, and it turns out that the Black Diamond is like the first thing to go into the Black Room at Argus, where all the magical stuff is kept, but they're keeping that under lock and key. And then a guy comes up, Lynch, I think the guy who runs the team. He comes up and he says, like, hey, Deathstroke, or Slade, whatever your name is at this point. Called your wife. She's on her way. She'll be here. But I have a little bit of a question for you. You're a little bit weak and crippled right now. How would you like to be part of a new project, Project Majestic, aka the thing that's going to make him a super soldier? So that's the end of mission 1, and I'm pretty sure the end of the Black Diamond probability in this book, which is fantastic, gotta say. I mean, it's fine. It's not... I think it did a good job of building Eclipso to be this big threat, but then it immediately got rid of it, of just like, no, you just need to stab him with this sword that literally got pulled out of nothing. It is like the definition of a Deus Ex Machina. And then if you take into account all the earlier issue stuff where it's like, oh, they were infected with Eclipso up on this super jail, but then it turns out actually Eclipso wasn't there. He was over on this island. I'm sure it was explained somehow, but it wasn't explained in a way that made sense and stuck with me. So I think while this particular issue is fine and not that offensive in any meaningful way, the arc as a whole is very weak. So got to deduct some points for that. But I would say this particular issue is probably a... 6 sounds too harsh, but 6.5 sounds too much. So I am going to stick with the 6. It's a book that has a team element to it, but it seems like it's getting so wrapped up in the plots that it's doing that it doesn't actually care about developing the team. It's more so focused on like see what crazy stuff they're getting up to. I could not tell you more than half of the members of this team. Waller, Wilson, Fairchild by last name, and then Dinah Drake. And then her boyfriend/husband. There's one in a robot suit, and there's a pilot. I couldn't tell you for the life of me. But either way, that's the end of Team 7's first mission.